Well, first than anything else, I have to explain that everything that I say, I'm saying it because that's what I think. A full disclaimer. Being an influencer is expressing your ideas and your understanding of things. Is not facts. Opinions are not facts. So let's start with the idea that whatever an influencer expresses is based on their opinions, not on facts. Because facts are not extremely easy to corroborate because we always start from a point of bias. So after 25 years of internet, hearing different mediums of influencers, another 10 or 20 years of me reading and looking at TV, I think that I'm a good authority in judging influencers. At least I'm an authority for me. And now we are able to see a lot of influencers from different regions because the internet destroys the territorial laws, and now influencing is like everybody influence whoever it fits according to their beliefs. So during the 2010, 2015, there used to be a group called Red Eyes, and that group started being extremely anti-Semitic, and that's what created the situation of Ukraine. Well, it did not create it, but it helped to fuel the situation in Ukraine with the National Socialist groups. I believe it, one of the roots was the group called Red Eyes, and they are like influencers, malicious influencers for sure. Everything I will continue talking on the topics, but as you know, I have to be quick on my videos because I don't really have much time and I have a lot of information to share. Other sort of malicious influencers are people that used to sell metals into 2020. There was a lot of people selling metals, precious metals, and we can see all how they did it mostly used to enrich themselves with the premiums. Yeah, the gold thing, the gold rush in 2020, no, 2020 to till 2025, when people had some sort of money to save, they believed that the gold was the answer because we were influenced towards that. Other sort of influencers are the ones that push you to buy guns. Guns are really not useful in America because the law is extremely effective. The FBI is the most effective law in the planet, and yeah, and guns are necessary at the moment. I'm not saying that in the future or in the past. I'm not pro gun or I'm not against guns. I reserve my right not to say anything about it. But what I'm talking about is the influencing to buy, to create an economy based on a certain products. And the certain products were goals, were guns, ready to eat meals, all everything that we saw influencers influencing people towards the apocalyptic situation where you need to prepare because the war is gonna end, and they were selling you seeds like the people from Opportunists, they still post, but they have never retracted from their ideas in 2010, 2012, that the world was going to end in 2016. So that guy is another kind of malicious influencers that only influence for towards their own economic gain. And then we have the good influencers. The good influencers, from my point of view, are from the FBI, which is a creation of me in my own mind. The ones that I think are from there. It's Steve Lito. Steve Lito is an extremely good influencer because he influenced towards the civic duty, law, and moral code of behavior based on humanity. So Steven Lito is the best influencer so far that I can see because he teaches people how to be better and to follow the rules and to follow the Constitution of the United States of America, which is the Constitution that started the whole human rights movement and allowed for the creation of this great country. And now, returning to malicious influences again, we can see how sadly the Middle East community have been mal-influenced by generations of anger and hate infused into their hearts. And now it's impossible for them to understand that they only have to forgive and forget and be happy. Yeah, we have to understand that anti-Semitism is a thing that exists, but it's mostly an influencing to create situations for a common goal in the geopolitical sphere. So, if what is really creating the malinfluencing it's the geopolitical sphere, the best thing that we can do is to look towards the future, find what's the path, and try to achieve to it without anger and hate. Just teaching people that anger and hate is gonna take us to the same place that if we go just by being normal and forgetting all hate and trying to advance culturally and technologically. So people emotionally unstable people is extremely easy to influence due to their emotions being like a carriage with horses unmanned, with the driver sleeping and the horses galloping. That's the emotional people that is upset with things in the and everywhere. Yeah, it's nonsense to be upset with governments. It's nonsense to be upset with a representative of government. It's nonsense to be upset with religions or anything else. So what we have to do is just to stand in our feet where we are and try to find the best solution to it. That's the meaning of being an influencer for me. So I have a lot of videos that I want to do, an extremely long explanation of nuclear economy that is coming. Also, I wanted to talk about Ox Talks, another influencer, Ox Talks, uh, how he has been predicting economic chaos for 1 or 2 years. He already is famous, and I'm a little jealous that I am not famous. And influencers that have been predicting economic chaos for at least a year or two, they should understand that things are gonna get better and try to influence people and teaching them about it, not just giving them doom and gloom forecasts. I also have another explanation on how to mine rare earth minerals from mud countertops, how that can be created as a circular economy within the domes in which we live. So as you can see, everything is connected. Everything that I'm talking about is connected. You just need to keep hearing and hearing in order to understand things. I hope that this was informative for you, and I hope that I start getting subscribers. Don't forget to continue listening. Check on your videos, your video feeds, and then I will be with more posts. Yes. Um, Thank you, and bye.